this budget is an executive budget. It is the Minister of Finance who is substantively the President. Why do his ministers come and they start disagreeing about doing that budget? I thought ministers should come here and speak with one voice. But their disagreements, if I were rude, but I am not rude, I would say if their confusion has not been sorted out in a cabinet, they bring it here. My view is the Honorable Mao, Minister of Justice, and I'm not seeing anybody from the top brass of the Attorney General's chamber, either from the Attorney General, Deputy, or even Solicitor General. Do I have the Deputy Solicitor General? Sorry? He has been around, okay, because these are the legal advisors of government. I thought ministers should come to defend this budget as it is, because it's a cabinet document. Now, we are faced, we need money here. Did you discuss this in the cabinet? And what was the consensus in the cabinet? Or is it possible that actually finance presents this document and you people have not had a detailed discussion of this budget in the cabinet? There is something fundamentally wrong with the way cabinet is working. Priority, unfunded. If we got this money, we would do this. Did you have this conversation with the Minister of Finance and created a position? Then when you come to us as representative of the people, we can disagree with you. Say, us, we think this is not a priority, much as you people say this is a priority. I think you need to take this back to cabinet. That cabinet should come here with one voice.
We take back the Honorable Katuntu's issues. This is really homework, how government works. I think in a very polite way, he's basically telling us that you have not become now as a government coming to discuss with us, but you have become petitioners. That now we come to petition Parliament. And I take that and I'll report to the cabinet. The reasons have been stated by the permanent secretary, who stated clearly that you are given how many meters of cloth you have. Then if you can only manage a mini skirt, but you want a gomesi, then where do you go? You come to Parliament and say, please tell those who give the cloth that a gomesi would look better, and you give the reasons. So we also beg for your understanding as a Parliament, because ultimately you are the ones who appropriate. And so far, unless the President comes to complain that don't listen to my ministers when they come to you, because everybody comes here anyway. The UPDF, the President's office, everybody comes here to complain. So maybe when we have a conference, then we can discuss this as a government, namely the executive and Parliament. But otherwise, I take your point very seriously. You put it very politely. Others would have put it in a stronger language. Now, on the issue of the reforms, I'll just add that the sentiments in the country appears to suggest there is both need for political reforms, which may require a shift in our democratic dispensation, but also there may be urgent electoral reforms that are required. Would the ministry clarify the priorities they have? Are we really now concerned only about the electoral reforms, or we are the legal reforms, or we are also having in mind the political conversation that must take place? And I am raising this because until 2 or 3 years ago, there was an effort where the government had nominated a team led by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, then Dr. Rugunda, and a number of others there. I think the Attorney General was part of, in an arrangement that was supposed to take us into a national dialogue or a national conversation on so many other things that are happening in the country. And up to now, I think after the president launched it, I don't know how far it went. At least he had given some blessing. Would we be guided on that matter? The question of the biometric voter verification is in high gear. We had a meeting 2 Fridays ago. The meeting was attended by the Electoral Commission, it was attended by us, Ministry of Justice, it was attended by Ministry of Internal Affairs and NIRA, and it was also attended by the Ministry of ICT. The President has stated in no uncertain terms that the next election biometric verification will be mandatory. So far, under our laws, it is not mandatory. You can use the biometric method to verify voters. You can also do it manually. In Kawempe, the performance of the machines was at over 90% of the biometric. So it means the system can work. As I talk now, we in the Ministry of Justice had a conversation with the Electoral Commission, and they had told us that perhaps they could use the U-Boss machines. Now, the U-Boss machines were suspected of not having strong enough batteries. Then they were taken for a test. They could not last the duration of the time it takes for citizens to vote. So we went to the President and told the President, now that you have gone on TV and sworn that the next election biometric verification is compulsory, will the money be there? Secondly, it is not enough to have only one machine. Mr. Chairman, you saw how the Electoral Commission suffered in updating the register, moving one machine from polling station to polling station because of lack of money to procure machines. In Ghana, they use the same system, but they deploy two. So we agreed with the President that in the next election, every polling station must have 2. Secondly, the machines that we had banked on from U-Boss have a data card which is detachable. So if a lumpen jumps there and grabs the data, that's the end of the election. He just needs to run as fast as possible with something very small which looks like a flash disk. So now they need to procure a machine with specifications which ensure that data, the part which stores the data, is embedded and cannot be detached. So I can authoritatively say, having attended that meeting, that the next election will be based on biometric voter verification being compulsory, and the money has been provided. I spoke to the chairman of the Electoral Commission before coming here today. I'm glad tomorrow we shall be back together.